And according to new medical research released this week, being around friends boosts the immune system. Unless, of course, you're sharing needles. Now, I don't want to get off on a rant here, but with cable and satellite TV and the recent dizzying advances in telecommunications making it possible for almost anyone to maintain a state of continuous Major Tom-like solitude, friends have never been considered less necessary or been more important than they are right now. As technology encases us in an ever tighter chrysalis devoid of the most basic interpersonal contact, many Americans find themselves on a frantic, tail gunner Joe McCarthy-like hunt for comrades that can leave you feeling lonelier than Marvin Hamlish at Lollapalooza. Now, as you might have guessed, I make friends as easily as the Swiss Family Robinson made ice. But I was better when I was a kid. When we were young, friends give us the confidence in ourselves to do things we would never do without their influence, whether it's going out for a team, asking a girl for a date, or hot wiring our mom's car so that we could make a beer run to the little general convenience mart, but it was closed, so we found a brick and smashed the window and stole a couple cases and got chased by the cops. But the friend took off in our mom's car, leaving us to take the hall for the call. Mikey, you little shithead! Want to see more of that magic? You rent yourself Bordello Blood. Vampires, tits, me, attitude. Oh, Christ. You know, because we are so desperate for companionship, we often mistakenly believe people are our friends when they're not. Like my postman. Every day he comes to my house and he gives me exciting letters, stimulating magazines, and shiny presents. You know, fun stuff. And I'm always glad to see him, so usually I don't leave the house until he comes by because, you know, I want to see what he's got for me today. And I figure since he's always whistling and smiling, well, you know, he's glad to see me too. So one day I offer him a glass of juice, he takes it, and I'm thinking, hey, I have a new friend. But then the next day when I invite him in to watch the showcase round on The Price is Right, he says he's too busy. He says he has other rounds to make. And, you know, first it felt like someone had ripped my chest right open, hacked my heart into little pieces. I tried not to let him see me cry, but then my wife sat down next to me on the curb and explained that he isn't really my friend. That these aren't gifts from him, but things that other people have mailed to me. You see, he's just delivering these things because that's his job. He's a postman, and when he smiles or waves at me, that's because he likes his job, not because he wants me to be his friend. I'm okay now, and I've come to understand that I'm trying to make new friends. It's a learning process. You know? That one was too long for me, even. Christ, all I could think was, is there a gas station between me and the end of this fucking bit? Huh? Despite what you've been told, your dog is not your best friend. Oh, he'll act like your best friend, especially when he's hungry or when you've got the clicker and he wants to watch the Bone Ranger on Spice Channel. Oh, yeah. He'll have you buying into that man's best friend horse shit until it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you need someone to pick you up from a party. Then suddenly man's best friend is screening his calls. Dookie, you are a little motherfucker, all right? I know you're there. Pick up. Pick up, Dookie. But when you're truly in the company of good friends, you're more comfy than Ed Begley Jr. in an electric car on his way to the recycling center with a trunk full of empties and a solar-powered auto suck. And if you have trouble making friends, now you can meet people on the internet. This is great. You think you're talking to a cute, recently divorced blonde co-ed when in reality, you're pouring out your sexual needs to a 50-year-old cross-country truck driver named Skeeter who's wearing a camisole and pantyhose. I think the very best way to tell if you can be friends with someone is whether or not you can make each other laugh. I've got a friend who made me laugh so hard one day last week that milk actually came out of my nose. And I haven't had any milk in over 2 years. You can also tell a lot about a person by the company they keep. Truer words were never spoken. Who do you consider a friend? Are you the type of person that doesn't make friends easily? Would you like to take a personality test? Shit, I'm sorry, somebody stuck a Dianetics flyer on the monitor. But no matter how strong your relationship is, eventually you'll encounter the biggest hurdle a friendship can ever possibly face. Someday, no matter how much you pray it won't happen, no matter how much you do everything in your power to prevent it, no matter how much you fight it with every fiber of your being, eventually your friend is going to be successful. Hey, you all know what a friend is. A friend is someone who can watch 12 straight hours of the Cartoon Network Johnny Quest-a-thon without uttering one word and then get up and leave and not even say goodbye to me. A friend is someone with whom I can go to a restaurant and spend the entire meal on the cell phone talking to my agent. A friend is someone with whom I can lock the automatic car windows, let loose with a Taco Grande carpet bomb fart, and still get a high five off him. And finally, to me, a best friend is someone who can keep a secret, someone who likes sports, someone who will let me store some of my personal effects at his place, no questions asked, someone who doesn't judge my mood swings, no matter how extreme they get, most importantly, someone who will drive me around in a white Bronco as I hold a gun to my head. Of course, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong.